Back at it again, baby! Yes, what is up, everybody? Hello, my name is LeCompton, and welcome to today's review of SH Figuarts. You ever get something in the mail and you're just like, oh god, this is gonna be a good one. Kaidou, King of the Beast, from One Piece, of specifically like the Wano arc. If you know, you know. If you don't, you know, 1,000 episodes, you'll catch up. It's fine. It's a pretty much a drop in the bucket. So Kaidou looking, might I say, monstrous in the package. Oh my god, looking fucking tastic in the box. I love the One Piece box art on here. I'm gonna do my best to show everything that I can. So that is the product shots. It's really hard to do with my setup here, and that is the product shots on the back. I can't wait to get into this. I know he's huge. He starts at, I think I got him for $220 USD. I know he's kind of available and not available on the import sites. I don't even want to talk about Big Bad Toy Store. I can imagine how much they price hiked this man. So yeah, I'm beyond excited for this, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this. It's gonna take a lot of power to get him out of the box with my normal methods. So just bear with me for a second. And there he is out of the box, and oh my god, what do you say? Okay, so big giant interchangeable tail. You've got the little, are they called mushu mustaches? Like the really long tentacle, almost eel like mustaches. You've got a big ass sake gourd. You've got 3 pairs of interchangeable hands. You have 5 interchangeable faceplates. You get a Luffy DLC death face, basically, right before, you know, the gear something happens. And then you've got the stand that is made for holding big boy up just in case he's having problems standing up. I've seen some people not use it. I've seen some people really need to use it. I'm curious on how it's gonna go for me. Just knowing the room that I have available to me, that it's not much. So there you've got that, and then also I did want to show the other part, which is some would say a maligned cape. As in maligned, I mean, I think a lot of people hate this thing. It's really bad to set up. I'm hoping Bell Workshop does something as far as creating one. Only seen them mention a Trafalgar cloak in the works here. I've heard this one is terrible. Hoping that's not the case for me. And then you've got that big spiked hammer club there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this review. All right, this is going to be difficult, but for articulation for Kaidou, King of the Beast, this is gonna be difficult because he is a big boy. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I hate his faceplate, and more than his faceplate, I hate his mustache eel whiskers. So if you see them fall off in the middle of this, just know they won't be going back on, because I value my sanity. It's clear as day. I value my sanity. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. Can look up, and if you can see it right there, that's this part right here is the articulated part, the big like trap neck, you would say. Can look up about that much. Does have some articulation on the hair, so right there can kind of do like a little windswept thing right there, which is pretty cool. It's molded to his back, and this is our first problem right there. That head it has such a shallow shallow ball joint. Like, it is unreal how shallow that ball joint is. And I guess I get it, but look at that. Toes falling off, heads falling off. Kaidou, I get it, dude. You're cool, but you gotta be better. You gotta be better. I don't think he can... He can't look. He can't do any side movements as far as his head goes. So that's great. As far as like his arms go, so he's got like, I would say it's like an amazing Yamaguchi or Buzzmod style like shoulders right there. So it's not the normal joints that we normally see from a Tamashii Nations figure, SH Figuarts figure. But so that's what he's going to be able to do right there. So, and you can see that gap right there, and that's because it is sculpted to go around that big ass shoulder that he's got. So it's cool. It's fine, but like, is it super functional? Yeah, it can go all the way around, which is cool. He's just a very like, he's a big boy. I get it, but it's kind of like hard to make him do anything. And like his ostrich legs just make it really hard. I'm not using the stand because I'm being extremely stubborn, but just because I want to see what he can do, what he can handle. And it doesn't seem like it's much. Does have a standard bicep swivel right there. Double jointed arms, which is cool. A giant ass ball joint within the wrist, which doesn't seem like it can. It's very stiff. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. It's very, very stiff. So it's gonna do like that, but not too much. Has an ab crunch for, I'm gonna go ahead and say, oh, see, everything is just falling apart. So has an ab crunch that can go about like that. I would say the main part of the movements is going to be his actual like torso that's going down there. See, I'm just gonna leave his head up. It just falls off so easily. Like, dude, driving me insane. We haven't even gotten to the cloak yet. So, okay, just calm down. So as far as this goes, it is hard. It's hard plastic. There's not really much going on there. Soft plastic now can lift his leg up about that much. Not too much right there. Everything is falling apart, bro. I hate that tail, by the way. I hate it. It's so stiff. It doesn't give any type of give for this. This is gonna be like the longest trash review ever. And I say trash review just because I'm gonna be trashing on this for a little bit. Hopefully it gets better as we go through the rest of the sections, but we'll see. His knees can, okay, he can kind of go back like that, which is good, I guess. I don't know what type of thing. Oh, wait, maybe that's a more, it's a more supported stand right there. Honestly, I would leave his tail off for the most part until you get everything done, and then you'd be like, pop it on, and that's it. Also, the tail does cause like a lot of back. He's just very bottom heavy. So that's a problem right there. Does not have any like joints right there, but does like have a swivel motion. I don't know what type of ostrich hell he went through, but that's what we're gonna give it right there. Now, as far as his legs go, or his ankles, the ball joint within the ankle here. Oh God, this is so like nerve-wracking because he's so expensive, and you wanna do everything he can, but it doesn't seem like much. It's very stiff out of the gate. Like that's what you're gonna get as far as the ankle flexion right there. It's not giving any type of give. The thing I did like, it doesn't make that much of a difference, but each one of these toes has their own little articulation point, kind of moving it around. They are all little ball joints, as you can see right there. So that's what you're gonna get on that. I might as well show the tail off and the lack of articulation that it gets, because it is part of him and it looks cool, but God, does it not do anything. It's like a hollow, hard plastic. So that that's it right there. Doesn't have any type of like Shinron give or anything, so that's a little annoying. Same thing in that joint right there, and then same thing in that joint right there. So like you like it's sculpted in a way to where it makes it look like, oh, it's gonna move around. Oh, it's gonna do some flags. It's a word for it's not. Don't lie to yourself. It's not a word. And then the only thing that's gonna be any type of moving is please insert foot and mouth. My God. So we had a ball joint right there, and we have the really cool just lion's mane tail or whatever, but like it moves around like that, but that's not much. And as you saw, it falls off very easily. It does have that peg that goes right there and then goes right into that literal asshole right there. So man, Kaidou, articulation, bro. I see you. I respect your attempts at doing a lot of the things that you do. However, it's rough, bro, and also your tail doesn't help any type of means, and head can't do anything. So articulation, bro, not good. Just go ahead and move on. All right, full paint apps and sculpting. I think this is where Kaidou is going to shine the most, because we didn't have such a good time on articulation, so it can only go up from here, right? Okay, so starting off here, I do want to just kind of like go from head to toe. Love the sheen on the purple there. It looks really good. And then you go to the flat paint on the bullhorns. The face looks fantastic. I'm not going to go too much into it because we're going to save it for the accessories portion. However, I did want to mention, because I didn't get to go over it last time because his head popped off. Is that a problem? His little beard is tiny bit articulated. There's a small ball joint within the beard there. So pretty cool. I like the attempt, but I won't go into it too much. Okay, so going back here to the hair, it looks really cool. There's no shading going on. It's very, I would say, glossy, but it's got that like flowing through the winds of Wano hair there. So I really do love that. As far as going here to the shoulder, the sculpting on this looks fantastic. I wouldn't say there's too much shading, but the paint applications do look really good. Moving down here to the chest, looks really good as well. I don't see any type of paint mismatch between the chest and the arms. It looks really good. Abs, I would say this is the best part right here. Look at that scar, dude. Oh my God. So it goes from the abs up to the upper torso right there. It's a little bit of kind of like, this one looks more defined as far as the ab part goes, and then you've got a little faded on the upper torso. Nothing too crazy, but I did want to point it out. The sculpting and the shading on these abs though is insane. Love the attention to detail. For $220, you better make these abs pop, is what I'm saying. Now, as far as the bracelets, the Hot Topic goth ass wristbands there look really good. Love the metallic shading to them as well. I do want to go down here and show off this sash belt. I don't know the proper term for it yet, I guess you would say. Maybe I haven't gotten that far into my Japanese lessons, but so this Orochimaru ass belt looks really good. The shading on it, you can see it popping out from around the sides there, going to the bottom, going to the top. A little bit of fringing right there. That looks really cool. And then this part, like I said earlier, is a little bit of a soft plastic. That part is soft plastic as well, so it's not gonna hinder too many movements. Now this part right here, kind of like where the purple robe is coming off, it's almost got like a snakeskin look to it, which is awesome. I don't know, it might be canonical that it is snake. Like I said, I haven't gotten to like actual Wano. I just landed on the island of Wano, so it's gonna be a little bit before I get to any type of detail for Kaido here. So looks awesome. Going to the back here, same thing. A very hard plastic, like no give whatsoever, and I guess that's cool, but I would have liked it maybe to be a little bit softer plastic, so maybe it wouldn't weigh down as much. But let me know in the comments below if you would prefer the hard or the soft plastic. The coolest, I wouldn't say the coolest part of this figure is that right there, the chain, this right here, the Hot Topic chain that you got from you know, wearing that wallet. That's like almost, that's an actual metal. You can hear the clingety clangs, and that is actual gold metal, which looks really good. Going down to the pants, nothing whatsoever going on. I'm scared to hold him by his head, so I'm not going to. Pants, green, great. Now, here we go. His head is probably already trying to fall off. Ostrich ass feet. Looks pretty good. Sculpting looks great, I would say. Not too much shading going on there, but the toes look really cool. The claws look really good. Got a very nice glossy black to them. I will go over to this godforsaken tail, but just know I'm gonna hate every bit of it. Looks pretty good. I would say looks pretty good. You got the glossy hair that looks really nice. The paint apps do look good. I would say there is a little bit of shading on this underbelly of the tail, so that's really cool. Do like the definition, and it's not like smooth. It's got like a almost, what would you say? It kind of looks like a dragon or a snake tail. So, you know, good on them for making that happen. The rest of it, glossy black. Nothing is really going to pop out as far as the rest of the tail goes. So I've noticed here that you've got the blue on the inside of the scale, and then it just kind of starts to fade away. I don't know if that is canonical, or maybe they just got lazy. I feel like with Tamashii Nations' level of detail, it is canonical that it doesn't do that all the way, so I guess that's not too bad. But paint apps, I'm gonna say this is the saving grace for Kaido so far. I'm scared for accessories, to be honest with you. I don't know how well that is gonna go, but we gotta do it. We're here, right? All right. I think this is going to stay on the same line as the paint apps and sculpting, so it seems pretty good so far. Sculpting on the face looks fantastic. Those ferocious fangs. Please ignore the giant assholes in his face, because like I said, I respect myself and I respect my sanity at this point in my life, to where I'm not going to be doing that. Eyes look really good. They're very squinty, but you can see that there is some pupil action going on there, so it does look really good. The sculpting on this looks fantastic, and I will say not too much shading, but it looks great. All right, I see you, Kaido. So I did want to leave the bottom part of his beard off to let you know that no, it does not come with one single ball like beard thing for every single face. You do have to interchangeably connect it on there, so that's what it's gonna look like. And there you go. So let's get into this face. Pupils are looking really good. He's not looking down, more so to where you can't see too much of it. Sculpting on the face part looks just the same as the other one. The really big difference that you're going to see in most of these faceplates is going to be the mouth position. Is that how you're going to describe that? I don't know. It kind of seems like it could get a little spicy, so we're not going to touch that one. Eyes look really good. The sclera of it looks great. The lining around the eyes looks fantastic. The teeth, they're flat. They've got fangs. There's nothing too much going on. I think we're going to leave the rest of the heavy lifting on the mouth position to the rest of the face. So I feel like I don't know what Kaido sounds like in the anime, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Whoa, senpai. Is that what this face is? He kind of looks drunk, but also he looks like he's trying to be kawaii, and I'm kind of here for it. I'm not gonna say too much about the sculpting, but I will say the mouth looks really good. You got the little bit of the fangs, the lips are carrying this faceplate. The eyes look good, the lining around the eyes, the sclera, the pupils, and the iris looks fantastic. So this is a ridiculous one. I don't know, I kind of might do it. I kind of might have him just sitting in the corner drunk. All right, I see the reasoning behind the ball joint on the chin here, because the way he's looking down, it's clashing, or it's going right up against the chin, and if it was a hard plastic, it wouldn't work. But since it's got that ball joint and it's a little bit extendable or a little bit articulated, it does help the faceplate. This one looks really good. The eyes look great. The sculpting on the top, the mouth is what really gets it. Is there a little bit of depth? It seems like there is. The way it is sculpted kind of gives that illusion of like, oh my god, but it is a little flatter, but it's not too bad. The teeth are the defining point on this boy, and I gotta say, it looks pretty damn maniacal. All right, same thing I said last time. The mouth is so big that it's going down up against the chest to where the ball joint has to be articulated for the beard. Eyes look really good. Lining around the eyes, the iris, the pupils, the sclera looks great. The teeth and the mouth, I love the cartoonish depth and the darkness there. So pretty good. I think I like the other one better, but we'll see. All right, this one's just fun, and I feel like it's like if the uwu didn't work, he's going to use his waterworks to manipulate you. The mouth looks great, but I really just want to call attention to the sculpting of the tears and then the snot coming out of the nose. It looks so good. The mouth looks great. The teeth, all of it. It's a very fun faceplate. I just don't know what I would do with it in my collection. But it could also be like, this is the super drunk Kaidou. All right, can we take a moment to just appreciate how much this just kills me, and it looks so good. I like that it actually fit on there. It kind of reminds you of the Avatar person that stole the faces. Luffy DLC faceplate looks really good. The eyebrows, yeah, they're fine. They're lines. The whited out eyes is the death of Luffy per se, and then the mouth looks really good. The scar, it's fine. It is a good DLC faceplate, but if you would have charged me extra for it on the original Luffy release, I would have been like, I don't know if I really need it, you know? Bro, this sake gourd is so good. I love the kanji. It's not really too much going on as far as the color goes, but it does have like the little slot to where you can put his hand there to where you can actually hold it. Because I've seen in the past to where you just expect the hand to hold it and it doesn't really work there. So I'm glad that they actually put a thing right there. And this would go perfect with his drunk cry face. All right, and the last two things that we have for accessories are Kaidou's crazy super club. It's probably called something in the show, and honestly, I'm scared of spoilers from the ones that I haven't seen, which is not very many, but I'm still making it work, okay? The club looks really good. It's very glossy, but it does have like a hammered look to it, so which is really nice. And so to get him to hold this, because you do see that handle right there, and you're not gonna make him crunch over it like that, because it is two hard pieces of plastic that are going to go over and then will also loosen over time. So what you're going to want to do very easily is just pull the bottom off right there and then slide it over. I'm not going to do that motion for you, you pervert. And then the last thing that, oh god, how do you, okay, I hate this cloak. One, if you can see under our Kaidou boy's crotch here, I gave in. I was no longer the stubborn person that I am, and I gave in and put the stand under there. Reason being is, one, tail doesn't really help. Two, this cloak, this cape, whatever you want to call it, it's so heavy. It is thick. It does have some, I guess you can kind of like call it some articulation points. We will go ahead and show it off for the sake of saying I did a review on the cloak here, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm hoping, I already talked to Bell Workshop on their Facebook, and I was like, hey man, you doing a Kaidou cloak? Hey, he said no.
Cool, no doubt.
I understand it. It just makes this figure not that playable, because if I want to do something, the stand is always under his crotch. It's always doing something. I'm not gonna get the same playability out of it that I want to, but I will go ahead and show you what this is. Also, last thing we're gonna bitch about is pain in the ass to get this center cloak into his back, because the hair goes over it. You have to really just beat it like it owes you money, and then it eventually gets in there. I will say, sculpting on it looks pretty good. There's no shading on it whatsoever. It is one single color, and that's it. So after me bitching about it for so long, so you do have these pieces right here that are connected to the larger piece at hand. The other two pieces go into the back as well, and they can kind of do like a little fly pose. And then that right there, like you can't even really put it into a kind of like a flying motion, because it just comes out right under that peg, which thankfully, see, that's, dude, hate it so much. So Kaidou, my boy. All right, real quick, for Kaidou's hands, we've got the fisticuff hands, open palm hands. It's just like that sort of thing. Do I look like I'm sweating? Because it's a lot of work to get these hands off. The ball peg is just really stiff, hard to put, actually hard to put on there. And when you want to brace it from the forearm, that Hot Topic bracelet is like, hey, it'd suck if I broke, right? Oh yeah, and there's the almost did it. There's the club holding hands. Still out of breath. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is so much hard work. You got the ooh shimbar, and then you've got the gourd, sake gourd holding hand, and like I said, it does have like an actual peg to hold the thing there. So not crazy, but I guess a good amount. All right, I have griped, I have bitched, but I do have to go over one of, is it a redeeming quality? Sort of, because it does make him super in scale. So, Kaidou, King of the Beast. You can't see it because it's way too close to the camera. I'm gonna say he is at 11¼ inches at the top of the horns, 10 inches at the head, and then centimeters, you got 29 centimeters at the head, and then 26 centimeters right around the forehead there. So he is a big boy. How big is he though? You know, now I want to see him with the biggest and baddest that SH Figuarts and other lines have to offer. And then also, you know, we have to do a One Piece comparison, because why not? That dude is made for the One Piece line. And there is Kaidou next to my boy, Great Ape Vegeta. And Great Ape Vegeta is giving him a little bit of run for his money. The Vegeta ass hair really standing and up right here as far as like what it goes. It does go cut off the screen, so that's gonna give you an idea of how big he is to a Great Ape Vegeta figure. And I would say the second biggest SH Figuarts figure that we have got. And throwing the biggest of the bigs, I did want to add in a One Piece variable action heroes, and I think Crocodile stands the highest out of the rest of the figures that I have. I do not have Whitebeard, So if you guys want to trade me for like 5 or 6 for just one Whitebeard, I'll do it. That's fine. You let me know. Broly looking over here, pretty big, but still Kaido overpowering him. And then Frieza second form is smaller. He is a big figure in the SH Figuarts line. However, Kaido just dunking on the boy. And there we have the released One Piece figures so far. Starting from left, you got Kaido, our boy in question, or beast in question. We have Yamato. Haven't got to her, can't really say too much, but I do gotta say she looks beautiful there, and wow, she a big girl. Sanji-san! And then you have Zoro-sama, and then Mugiwara. So Kaido really looks good with this line. I think he is appropriately scaled somewhat, you know, like where Luffy is. I think that's really the sweet spot. Scaling wise, I think this is where the sculpting and the scaling really takes it into like, okay, is he legitimate? Yeah, I'd say so. So we have done articulation, paint apps and sculpting, accessories, and size comparisons. So with all of that being said, will Kaido, King of the Beast, be an oversized hunk of articulated plastic, or will Kaido reclaim the throne of the Yonko and receive the coveted god to freaking have it award? Find out after this short break.
Ragazzo capitano che nel cuore è un veterano.
Nell'isola dei pirati c'è un nuovo capitano, è il mitico Rapper. Tiralo, allungalo, Rapper è invulnerabile, proprio come nel cartone.
Ladies and gentle collectors, are you entertained by Kaido, King of the Beast? Man-beast form? Too big. Too fragile. All right, I'm getting into the weeds just a little bit as I do. Okay, so where do we start? Where do we start? I guess you start with the good stuff because there's really not that much. Okay, when he works. Okay, let me take that back. When you've got everything set up the way you want, things haven't fallen apart, the hands are doing what they want, he's got the right amount of support, and his legs aren't giving out from under him without the stand or with the stand, he's awesome. He's really cool. He's awesome to look at. Like the paint apps and the sculpting on this dude are what really sell it. The scaling, yes, of course, he is gigantic, but I truthfully think that might be a detriment. At me in the comments below if you really think that, I don't know. I'm not saying that he could be smaller and it could work. It's just, I know the size he needs to be. It's just too big. That cape, they could have done something else with it. Tamashii Nations does not have a good reputation for capes, and they just keep doing the same thing. This is very a la Majin Buu, Big Fat Buu cape wise. It's terrible. It's god awful, and it doesn't help that it is so heavy and just automatically weighs the dude down. The faceplates, fantastic. Accessories, really cool, really fun, and it's a lot of fun to like make him beat the shit out of people. But as far as like really getting him into those poses, it's almost impossible. It really is. Like his arms, like the way the ball joints are on the hands, they don't hold the hammer out or don't do like that. When you do have him holding the hammer or the mace, the club, it keeps popping out to where you don't really get a good pose, and then really you just got to settle for a dumb pose that looks like this. Like, yes, mid bat swing, I get it, but I want like I want a good roundup, and him not being able to do these type of movements without the ball joints popping off on the club, not great. The legs collapse under any type of pressure, like just because the way they are, the ostrich legs, they've got that right here, they've got that kind of, I guess you would call it a swivel, like a thigh swivel per se. It can go all the way around, but I don't think it helps. Honestly, I do like the fact that you can have them kind of wided out or kind of standing up, but it more so hurts the figure than helps the figure. Truthfully, I wish they wouldn't have moved him, because then it would be able to stand under a little bit more pressure. So I know I've shat on this figure, and I really wanted to like him. I really did, especially for the amount that I got him. I want to make a correction. I think I got him for $240 off of Toyco. I think now he is around $300, if not going up in price, maybe. I foresee him kind of getting a big, not a big discount, but a decent discount in the future, just because I don't think a lot of people are getting him, and they are going to need to really get him out of the way. So with that being said, my rating scale is hate it, like it, love it, got to freaking have it. Shouldn't even mention the last two, honestly. I think I don't hate it, okay? I really don't. I really don't. I'm gonna put it in, I guess, a like it. And what does like it mean for you at home? If you're a giant collector and you want all One Piece figures at all times of the day, get him. Just know you're gonna have a time. If he's on sale, it could work out. If you've got, like, if you're just kind of like burning through money and you're like, I need something to buy and he's on sale, I would recommend, you know, possibly getting him. Personally, I think he would have been better as a statue. I know there's statues out there. Something about this, man, it's just not working for me. So I'm gonna put it in the like it category, as much as it pains me to say that. I say it much as it pains me to say it, but we saw the writings on the wall from the very first check as far as articulation goes, and then it just kind of kept going downhill. I will say the mustache pieces get a little easier to insert into the face the more and more you do them. I think it's a little put in the thing, twist it around. I know this is a long review. It's a big boy, so I really got to go into the details. Oh my God, Kaido, dude. You could have been better. That's all I'm saying. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to let you know when my videos are coming out. You know YouTube at this point. I don't know why I'm explaining it too. Thank you so much for watching this, and until next time, Compton out.